In this video, I want to give you a high-level overview of the exclusive right to buy listing contract. This is essentially the contract that a buyer will use to engage a real estate broker to represent them in the purchase of property here in the state of Colorado. It's important to note that this form has been written and approved by the Colorado Real Estate Commission, so 99% of people use this to engage their broker. I also want to stress that this video is only high level, and so this form has tax and legal consequences, so it's really important to read and understand it all before signing, and if you do have any questions, to reach out for clarification. So let's jump right in. So in this first instance, you can see here you have a choice of how you want to be represented, either as a buyer agency or as a transaction brokerage role. These are two distinct and different ways in which you can be represented, and I have another video that goes into that in detail, so please do check that out. For the purposes of this, we're going to look at buyer agency. In the first instance, we outline whether it's a multiple person firm or a one-person individual broker representing you. Next, we come to the defined terms, which outlines who is party to this agreement, so the buyer, the brokerage firm, the broker representing the buyer, and also what kind of property they are charged to help you find. 3.6 lists out the listing period. This is essentially the time frame in which you are under contract with that buyer and they are representing you as their real estate, as your buyer agent. Section 4 details further what kind of agency agreement you're under, whether it's transaction broker or buyer agency. In this section, we've checked buyer agency. Section 5 spells out brokerage duties for both transaction broker and a buyer's agent. And Section 6 goes into the additional duties of the buyer's agent over and above a transaction broker. Section 7 deals with compensation, the success fee or commission, who will pay it, how it will be paid, how much will be paid. So that's all outlined in Section 7. 7.3 outlines who is responsible as a buyer if you are responsible at any point to pay any portion of that fee. So it is important to note what that says because that does have financial ramifications for you as a buyer. Section 10 outlines your rights to cancel this contract, both from the buyer's perspective as well as the brokerage perspective. Section 12 really outlines what services over and above this outlined in this contract will be performed by the broker, as well as what MLS listing services you'll have availability to source properties from. Skipping down to 21, additional provisions. This is an important section because it does outline things that may be part of the contract or inform part of your agreement, but aren't necessarily written by the Colorado Real Estate Commission. So in the example here, Thrive use it as an educational aspect to let our buyers know that there will be additional fees, not necessarily from Thrive, but as part of buying a property that they will incur, such as loan fees, title fees, inspection fees, appraisal fees, etc. So it's an important one to note. Next, we'll skip down to where you sign. It's pretty simple with the CTM software. You simply select signature font and save. Once that's done and everyone's signed, you're now engaged a buyer agent to represent you to find property in Colorado. Hopefully this has been helpful. If you need any help in clarifying any of this, please do reach out.